The first 18 years of my life was spent in Kuala Lumpur, capital of Malaysia. And as with many children, the pursuit of freedom was not something I thought about much, apart from trying to get permission to be out of doors and the odd occasion going away on holiday with friends to Singapore. Freedom became really meaningful and appreciated when I came to England as an 18-year-old to train as a nurse. Today, I want to take you through a journey for what freedom means to my fellow citizens in Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. All three countries have constitutionally clauses allowing freedom of speech and expression, but in practice, they are restricted. For instance, early this year in Singapore, Jolavan Wong was arrested for holding a smiley face sign outside a police station and charged with unlawful assembly. Jolavan has been here before. In 2018, he was accused of holding an illegal protest, again for holding a sign calling for the dropping of criminal defamation charges against an editor and a writer who published a letter alleging government corruption. Fines are regularly doled out for any so-called scandalizing the judiciary comments anywhere, including on social media. This May, the Singapore Parliament passed the Protection of Online Falsehoods and Manipulation Act. And what does this do? It allows a single government minister to declare that the information online is false and order its content to be removed. No questions asked. Yes, Singapore is an enormously developed and prosperous island. It is often hailed as the jewel in the South China Sea, but its citizens do not have the right to free speech and the right to protest freely. What about my birth country? One of the most recent examples of the lack of freedom there is what Muhammad Rayyan Kabir faced when he spoke out in a documentary in July this year about the awful treatment immigrant workers suffered. Muhammad is himself a Bangladeshi immigrant worker. After the documentary was aired, a search notice was widely circulated. His photo, name, and address was put up there in public for all to see, and with the police request to report his whereabouts. He was deemed a criminal. And for what? Speaking the truth. Al Jazeera, the company that aired the documentary, faces potential charges for sedition, defamation, and violation of the Communications and Multimedia Act. We should recall that the famous Sedition Act of 1948 was a gift the British left to its colony. Before independence, the British used the act against communist insurgents. After independence, the Malaysian government has since built and expanded its scope. Then we have Indonesia, where local rights campaigners have said freedom of speech, especially at universities, is today treated like a crime. For example, lecturers are reported to the police if they criticize their deans or even protest against a university's fee discount policy. Under the Electronic Information and Transaction Law, you can be fined and thrown in prison for any of the above so-called crimes. Despite all these state crackdowns, many continue to see the importance of protesting and fighting for freedom. Let's honor all the individuals and the campaign groups in Southeast Asia who in many ways look to us in the West to give them a lead. Yet now, our freedom is also under attack. We have to stand up and be counted in this fight for freedom. Thank you.